Alright, so I'd first like to start with an honorable mention, which is Dinklebot, which spawns over here. So you just start in Skywall 27, which is on Prometheus. So you start at the shuttle and you just work your way all the way around till you get to Dinklebot over here, which will then drop on kill. It'll give you a Lootogram that disappears. Where the heck did it go? Oh, there it is. He's also a very little sneaky fella, but it's not that hard to kill. He'll give a Lootogram that you can go trade in with Crazy Earl to either get the Lucian's Call or the Butcher, which are both insanely good base game legendaries that I would highly recommend getting. Alright, so once you spawn in Sanctuary over there, you just make your way all the way down to the bottom where Ellie is. And then just once you get down the stairs, you literally turn around and boom. This is where Crazy Earl is. So if you get a legendary, it's a 50-50 to get either the Butcher or the Lucian's Call. But if it's not a legendary, then it's too bad. So let's see if we get lucky. Oh. I mean, it's fire at least, so right element, wrong weapon, you idiot. Okay. Let's go on to number 10. Alright, so number 10, we have the Grave Ward, which you find in the floating tomb at the end of Eden 6. The reason I put him at number 10 is because the dedicated drops aren't that great, except for the Brawler Shield, which is a pretty good melee shield. But the reason he's here is because of the sheer XP farm you could do from him, and the world drops that he can do. The lob is also one of his dedicated drops that is pretty decent. But the world drops he gives is pretty nice and is a good XP farm for, you know, if you don't have DLCs, you can't do the DLC 1 to do the Claptrap Nest, then you just do this. No, wrong weapon. Okay. He's also not that difficult. Once you get it down to the... You see what the line is on his health bar. It just... You get staggered once you reach that. So it's pretty nice. I'm not using fire, which you would be weak against, but Moze has fire, so... You know, it doesn't really matter. Just beating him up. And boom. Also, after you kill him, make sure to look away. Because otherwise... Boom. Yes. Make sure to just look away and look up. And then hope to get something good. Is that a... That's a rock launcher. No, it's not. It's the carrier. It's good in normal mode, I guess. But... In Anoint... In Mayhem mode, it is pretty garbage. Okay, on to number 9. Alright, at number 9, I have Princess Tarantella. The reason being is because she drops 2 pretty good legendaries, that being the Hive and the Roizen's Thorn. Sorry. There's a decent legendaries that I believe will be able to carry you through early normal game and also into Mayhem mode pretty easily. One point I do want to one point I'd like to bring through is that the Roizen's Thorn, if you get the double penetrating prefix, make sure to not use it because it doesn't give you an extra projectile. So just farm until you have a no multiplier like this. Now let's move on to the next one. Alright, at my number 8 slot, I've cut a Gawa Ball specifically because of the weapon I have currently equipped called the Multi-Tap. It is an insanely good Atlas pistol that does insane amounts of damage. Mine's sitting at 90,000 right now per hit, and then it just has a rapid fire rate. I mean, especially when you have the Revolt equipped. Katagawa Ball, you fight at the end of Skywall 27, where you find Dinklebot. It is all the way at the end, so there's no teleporter in between. You have to start the shuttle, and you have to run all the way every single time till you drop down here, and then make your run all the way to where the arena is. It's a fairly simple fight, being weak to electricity and corrosive, but you see with the multi-tap, it is child's play. Easy peasy. I believe this weapon only drops in Mayhem mode, so I believe Mayhem 6 and above. There's no way. As you can see, I believe from Mayhem 4 or 6 and above, he's able to drop it. It is a very good pistol that I would recommend on Zane with the increased fire rate and for the clone as well, but you could use it on any Vault Hunter in my opinion. Alright, let's move on. Right, so next, at number 7, I have the Blinding Banshee, solely because of the Breath of the Dying assault rifle, which I do not have currently. Oh, I do. So it is a pretty good assault rifle, especially on Moze and Amara, that on kill does this explosion of corrosive projectiles that go out in every direction. That is insanely good with Moze and Amara because of the extra splash damage they are able to, the splash damage and elemental damage that they're able to give to you. But to get to the Blinding Banshee, you need to start off in Desolation Edge on Necrotafeo. You can spawn here, which is the closest, make your way to the vehicle station, and then boom, 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 come to this over here, where another respawn station is right over here, and then just jump all the way into this gap where the Blinding Banshee will spawn right there. I didn't mean to press that. Okay. Listen, I am a genius by all means. Do not judge me. You see, there's the projectile that shoots out that does insane amounts of damage. Also, don't take into mind I am using the Revolter just to make things go quicker. This is the Blinding Banshee right here. She is a Hammerlock Hunt monster, basically. But do make sure to farm her to get this AR if you are struggling with finding powerful gear. Alright, let's move on to number 6. Okay, so at number 6, I have the test dummy. I mean Captain Trant, which is at the end of Athena, so you have to run all the way over here, which is then a respawn station, and you can just jump in and farm him. The reason I call him test dummy is because he is the boss I come to every single freaking time to test builds. And because he drops a very good SMG, namely the Chaosin, which has it spawns stickies on contact that explode after a short duration and just do pretty good splash damage. So it's a very good SMG that drops only Mayhem 6 and above. So I do recommend waiting until you're strong enough or able to farm at that level. It is insanely good. This, on the other hand, is insanely bad. I did not get one. But is, I would say, one of the better weapons in the game. With a pure weapon, pure damage you can output. I don't have one on hand, so I can't display, but I would definitely recommend getting one of them and obviously using Tron as a test dummy. It is just so much fun beating him up. But yeah, let's just get on to the next one. Okay, so number 5, we have Agonizer 9000, solely because of the backburner, the RPG that it drops, which is especially good on Moze, with all the splash damage and projectiles it gives. Agonizer is one of the more annoying fights, being that if you don't get him all at once, he's gonna go down and it's gonna be like a waiting period, which is just annoying. But this is definitely an RPG if you do use those. I don't really use RPGs, but if you do use those, I would recommend getting this one. Especially if you're using Amara. Same with the Hive. The Hive I would also say with Moze. The Hive is more open to any character. Okay, but it's also a low percentage of chance for this, and it is a Mayhem weapon, so make sure that you have completed the main story before coming here. Okay, next one. Okay, for the number 4 slot, I'm giving it to Katagawa Jr. This is another very good base game XP farm, and also drops an insanely good weapon for Zane, which I'm currently showcasing, called the Sandhawk. It's been changed from Borderlands 2 from an SMG to a full auto or burst fire sniper rifle, which shoots multiple projectiles that flaps like a bird. It is insanely strong in the clone's hands and will just vaporize. And also in Mayhem mode, the Katagawa Jr. is very easy to take down and very easy to farm. So just keep farming until you get the Sandhawk that you like, because this is very good in the hands of Zane. Insanely good. It's highly recommended. Okay, so at the number 3 slot is Jory Ultraviolet. mainly Jojo's Wallet and all the bosses that spawn on this map. The reason it's at number 3 is because of the sheer amount of nonsense you have to go through to get here. Other than that, it's not too difficult, and because Joe is also a raid boss, so insane amount of health. So if you don't have a good build coming in here, you are pretty much cooked. But these are some of the best weapons in the game that you can get here, being the needle gun, the OPQ system, grease trap, no pew pew, and the yellow cake. Those are insane weapons. Also, one of the best grenade for melee Amara would be the fish trap, or fish slap, sorry, which drops from Psycho guy. What's his name? Can't remember right now. I'm trying to focus on living. It drops from fish slap or whatever his name is. It is an insanely powerful grenade that does melee damage. So in the hands of Amara, it is OP as can be. My aim is insanely good. I'm just saying. Both different. No one else is aim like me. Come on, open up, open up. Where the heck? Hello? Using the multi-tap right now from Karakawable. It is so good. So how many people do I still need to take out for this gate to open? I have no idea. Ah, there we go. Okay, so the first boss or named enemy will spawn out of this door after you clear enemies from both sides. Let me actually just get my clone in here, otherwise I'm gonna suffer. Die. Get out of here. What is that? Get out of here. This is a this was a DLC, or it wasn't easy to access, but thankfully Gearbox has made it free to all. So I keep it active all the time for the chance to get any of the named enemies from here to drop with the legendary beacon. And it's also just my favorite from the three DLCs that you get. The other ones are questionable. Not as good in my opinion, for the amount of loot you can get. Also, Captain Haunt is just annoying. Who do we get here? Someone that's dead. Oh! Look at our luck. I wouldn't say luck, never mind. I always look, if I see a lot of purples, if I see this is the grenade of the day, I always think it's the cloning maddening tracker, so I always have a look. So this is the final area we're going down. We need to find a mask that goes on here to go to Joey, but we first need to go find other named enemies that can to take them out, because you can there's a few you can go around. I think it's 3 at most you can get while running around here, but I usually just go for 2 and then just go farm at the bottom. There's a neat trick you can do once you get down to Joey that I'll show once I'm there. Alright, who wants to take an ass whooping? Who wants to taste defeat? Your mama. Who the heck is shooting these electric balls? I am not appreciating it right now. And here's the Chaosin from Captain Trant. It is... it is very nice. It is definitely better in Moses' hands, but we are here. And we got the mask. Pick it up. There we go. Oh! Look at that. Oh, Kratoa. Krakatoa. Kratoa. Yes. Sorry. It's been a while. It is fine. It is fine. I am not going insane. I don't know what you guys are talking about. In my opinion, the Clairvoyance does best in Zane's hands, because he does best with Cryo. So I would definitely recommend this from DLC 3, Guns, Love and Tentacles. If you guys want, I'll do a DLC best farms. I'm not really ranking bosses because I'm not too knowledgeable of which one I would think is best. I just go for which is best to farm for what they can offer you. The better bosses, I don't want to think too hard of who's got the best mechanics and blah blah blah. There's a nice little sequence here. Okay, so the trick here is you can see there's 2 named enemies that spawn. You're always with him. So you can always, so they'll drop one by one in the beginning. So the first one is Tenderizer, which you can just take out. He won't die. So you'll go back up there. Then the next one will drop down. Where is she? Tyrone Smallens. This is the next one. He's going to go back up. So once you do that, you give it a second. You can kill this thing over here. Go away. Okay. So the trick is, if those two, once they drop down fully, we're able to kill them when they're stopping annoying. So now you can just kill them. But also, if you see that they are not the ones that you want, all you have to do is save and quit and then start again. Then it'll change them. But if it is the two you want that drops the weapon you're looking for, all you do is you go back to you just spawn back, yeah, and you just run all the way back, and then they'll keep spawning. Oh no, sorry, I'm stupid, I lied. Once you kill them, because there's a respawn station above before you drop down. Once you kill the two, and the two you want, you kill yourself in the inside here, which I cannot chuck grenades, but you kill yourself and then you respawn and just drop down. Then those two named enemies will respawn again. Man, I made such a mistake. What an idiot. This is also raid boss Joey, by the way. So I am absolutely laying into him. I'm sending him straight to the ER. What is the heck? We'll have a look at the loot afterwards. It would have been a lot better if I gave my clone the... what do you call it? The Sandhawk, but we're with the Clairvoyance. Clairvoyance is more than good enough. What did I say? What are they doing in my hands? Not good at all. Okay, clone, come back. I want to get my clone this, because this is gonna... Oh, wait. This is the perfect time to show you guys the best thing you can get for Zane from them is the Grease Trap. The Grease Trap is two modes. The Fire Starter, which the clone will use, and Hot Grease, which what we're going to use. Which just greases them up and then it'll give extra fire damage. So you just grease them up and clone shoots them doing... you know? Insane damage. Of course, the time I want to show it off, clone just kills himself. What an absolute bot. Damn it. Okay, well... this is going swimmingly. Okay, clone, don't embarrass me. Get his ass. It does stupid amounts of damage, just like that. Which also kills me. But it's fine, we have all you. I'm getting my up. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. We'll be right back down here. Don't worry, it's embarrassing. It's fine. Just... we'll deal with this. It's fine. Damn it. That is embarrassing. I forgot buttons. Okay, I haven't played in a while. I've just been thinking about doing this video and thought it would be fun. So I'm not giving perfect information, but I'm giving you the bosses that you need, that I would say is best for base game. I'm not showing all the drops because that's going to be hours and hours of... not really hours, but... so Joey dropped us absolutely nothing. Devil's Force, nice. Whatever. Okay, what did we get here? Nothing good. And over here? Nothing good. So definitely what you're aiming for is the needle gun, OPQ system, grease trap, no pew pew, and the yellow cake. Those are... and the fish slap grenade. Those are the only things I would think of getting from these... from the legendaries from these enemies. I wouldn't think of getting anything else in my opinion. So let's get to the next one. Okay, just before I go on to my number 2, I just want to be like, here's a nice little Easter egg over here. Rick and Morty. Hello. Wick and Shorty. Die. Huh. Absolute garbage. Anyways, my number 2, not being the best in like order of best bosses, my number 2 is Kilovolt. For the only reason being that he drops the Monarch, which is an insane assault rifle in the hands of Flak. So you come all the way around. I stick to the right side, going all the way around, making my way through here, not bothering fighting with any of them unless I get knocked. So if you're going with any other character that's not Zane, so it's a bit slower, so there you want to usually just rely on other methods to not get killed. So just keep running, and then you can always look for amber lamps on the way around. So if you look on the minimap, if one red dot is going insane, then you just know it's an amber lamps, and you're going this way. Don't touch me. Okay, to get to Electricity, by the way, it starts off as a sub-quest from Moxie in Promethea, I believe. I do not remember. But it's a mission from Moxie. Electricity mission. And at the end of that mission, you fight Killer Bolt. He's a bit of an annoying guy, but he gives us the Monarch and we appreciate him for that. Okay, so after that annoying run to get you, starting off all the way over there, and then you see I always take this path to get you. There's a respawn point that you saw right here. Then when you save and quit, you start here. You get your ammo. I need some ammo, and then you just go boink. Joey is very annoying, meaning that he likes running away. I forgot that. Okay, I threw this up already. Oh man. Great. Also, if you stay far away from him, he will teleport away. So try and stay in his bubble if you think he's going to teleport. I was not paying attention. Okay, so yeah, just try and stick. Because usually, I've never had it work, but I know many people use this tactic where you just sit inside of him. And then you just kill him. Ah, there we go. The Monarch is a Mayhem weapon. I believe Mayhem 4 and above. This is a very garbage weapon that is normal mode, so it sucks. But it is Mayhem 4 and above, I believe. I definitely recommend it on Flak with fadeaway. It is stupidly insane. It drops in the ×4 and the ×8. Make sure you go for the ×4. The ×8 is not worth it. It's way too much ammo consumption, and it doesn't really give you extra benefits and damage wise. So definitely stick to the ×4 version, in my opinion. What the heck? Anyways, let's go to our number 1. Okay, so in my number 1 slot, we have an Overwatch reference, meaning Road Dogg. And I'm using one of his drops right now in my hand called the Red Line, and his other drop, which is considered one of the best and coolest shotguns in the game, the Hull Walker. Both insane weapons. The Red Line is an insane weapon in the hands of Moes. Flak on sticky mode with fadeaway is insanely broken as well. The splash damage in the impact mode, I believe, is better for Moes anyways. I've found it to be better. So I do recommend just sticking to that version. The kick on this gun is stupid, though. Yeah. What the heck? Big Daddy out of nowhere. Die! You son of a bitch. Oh, I'm shooting my own pet. No. Sorry, cub. Die! Oh, I'm gonna kill myself. Okay. But yeah. So, ending on number 1 with Road Dogg. The shotguns he drops off both. The Hull Walker, I believe, can drop in normal mode without Mayhem, and then Red Line is Mayhem mode. I believe. You know, I'm not very good at my job. I don't do any research, but I'm just saying, yeah, you can farm this guy if you want something good for your Moes or your Flak or anybody. The Hull Walker can work on anybody, but I find the Red Line to work best on Moes in impact mode and Flak sticky mode. And then explodes once you clear your mag or after a short duration. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed these best farming in my opinion, because these are the best weapons in normal mode that I believe for dedicated drops. There's a bunch of other weapons that are really good as well that are world drops, or I just didn't do enough research to check if they actually have a dedicated drop or not. There's like the Hull Shock that's pretty good in normal mode, and Tsunami's pretty good early game. But there's also a lot of weapons that are just your choice, which you find better and which you enjoy. But yeah, if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, also, last note, if you guys want a DLC one, like DLC best farms in my opinion, then let me know. Peace.